All right, Sean Bormet, this is our last 5 questions of the calendar year. I think everyone is done with finals now. You've been really kind of running these guys through the ringer in the practice room. How much do you like getting these like really hard workouts in December?
Having an opportunity to get some real, lengthy training blocks in after the first 5 weeks of competition is really valuable. We sort of get a chance to identify how they're competing, technically, psychologically, tactically, and then bring all that back and really put some hard work in, because once we're competing week in, week out, there's almost so much volume you can do. So, these longer breaks where we can actually get some hard training in, we can work on some of these areas with a lot more consistency. I think it's great for our guys. It allows them to also get back and focus on getting through the finals. And, if you've got guys banged up, it gives you an opportunity to sort of get healed up and then really continue to build some momentum before we start that second semester.
Saying that, we do have a couple tournaments coming up. Kent State Open this weekend. We got Midlands right after Christmas. And a lot of those guys, this is going to be their first competition since MSU Open, or maybe even the first of the season. So, how important is to continue getting those guys quality competition?
Super important. Competition, especially at this level, competition is always fuel for improvement, reinforcement and improvement. So these guys get an opportunity. They've been working hard in the room, keeps them motivated. They know they're competing. They get to go compete, win or lose, however the matches go. It's fuel for improvement, and you got to keep testing yourself. So I'm excited for these guys to get these matches, especially for some of our guys that are actually in a redshirt status, because there aren't as many opportunities for the guys to compete, because a lot of the tournaments have gone away from allowing unattached guys to wrestle in them. So the fact that we can send a bunch of our guys that haven't competed for a while and some of the red shirts to this competition at Kent State, as well as the Midlands, great opportunities, and great opportunities for the guys to go compete and then stay focused on the hard training in between and all the improvement afterwards.
We got a freestyle competition on Saturday as well with the 4th RAF event. We got Mason, we got Cardenas competing in that. How have you seen their preparation going? I think they just left Bana within the last hour to head down there. So how have you seen them? You think they're ready to go?
They've been super dialed in, ready to go. Big matches, Mason Wyatt Hendrickson, Jacob Cardenas, and Hidley. Hidley's coming off winning a world title. Wyatt sort of took over Mason's spot when Mason didn't wrestle in the U.S. Nationals or World Team Trials, because he was in the trying to work on making an NFL roster, and now he's back in freestyle. He's got to reclaim his position as the top heavyweight in the country and in the world. So this weekend, these are big matches for both those guys. So excited for them, and I think each RAF event has gotten better and better. So really excited to be down there at this competition on Saturday night.
You have one more kind of official team practice tomorrow of the semester. What have been some of your big takeaways from the kind of first couple months of the season?
A lot of what we expect. For the most part, it's a very young team.
Yeah.
So we, sort of were monitoring, had our eyes on consistency. So that's something that we've sort of seen, in these first 5 weeks of competition. Just the consistency in terms of, how we're competing. Are we competing freely? Are we competing with full confidence in our energy and intensity for a 7-minute match, 8, 9, 10, whatever it takes? Consistency in owning ties, owning the mat, setting the tone in matches, because that's how you start, and that's where confidence follows. So just getting more consistent in those things, and then also just looking at the big moments and how to, you got to teach them a lot. So how to mentally create the mindset in the practice room so that you're constantly preparing to win big moments in a match. There's always multiple big moments in a match, and especially the tighter the matches are, the better the competition, the big moments decide the match. And just training for those moments, staying locked in, doing the things technically you have to do, doing the things psychologically you have to do. These guys have been responding really well, and we've been able to put some really great practices together and really sort of test these guys, because there's a certain mental endurance, especially for the younger guys coming in. There's a certain mental endurance that you got to continually build up, and we're in that process with some of these guys, and that just is what it is. Now their hunger and determination will dictate that progress. So they've been doing a great job. They're going to get a little break after Thursday, go home, spend time with the holidays with their families, and then we come back, and we also have another nice really sort of a true 10-day block before we start competing again. So that'll be another probably 6-7 days of really testing these guys and putting them in those situations so that there's technical, mental, and tactical growth every day in the practice room.
We were talking a little bit earlier that man, it's kind of the holiday season, and the Mantanones are out doing interviews talking about how they're best friends and love doing everything together. And you're telling me that you love this team, and we've got a close-knit group of club guys. What are the vibes around this place right now?
Vibes have been good, and they're great going into this break. I mean, going through this first semester, I mean, the team energy and the kind of camaraderie within this group and the brotherhood. I mean, these guys, it's a great team, and special for us coaches. We love these guys and really enjoy coaching them. We have such a great Cliff Keen Wrestling Club crew too. Had those guys together last night with the coaching staff and just spent some time together. And you get 30 people together like that, and you sort of see just the connection and that everybody's in it for each other, and everybody cares about each other, and everybody's willing to put it on the line for each other, and that's trickling down into the college team. And these guys want to do whatever it takes and put it on the line for each other. So definitely building something special inside the Bana. Always great right now heading into this break. I know the guys are feeling good about school being finished and wrapped up for the semester. So ready to finish this year strong and ready to start a new year.
All right, Sean, thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.